Well, hello everybody. Welcome to Starry Tarot. For those of you who are new here, welcome. My name is Sophie. I am your friendly tarot reader for today. If you are returning, welcome back. Good to see you. Happy Monday, everybody. I can answer any of your questions with the exception of medical and or legal questions. My basic menu of readings can be found pinned at the bottom of the chat there. Today I'm using, again, the beautiful Couture Tarot deck, very much a favorite of mine. And my menu starts with my basic mini reading that consists of one question and is 5 cards and is a donation amount of $7.77 if you donate using Cashapp, PayPal, or Venmo. If you do need to use SuperChat, it is available and it is $9.99. Then I offer my full reading, that is 10 cards. That can just be one question or it can be split into 2 5-card readings, and that is a donation amount of $14.14, unless you need to use SuperChat, in which it's $20.20. And then finally I offer my expanded or in-depth reading, which I highly recommend. It's the maximum amount of cards I will use for any reading, and it's where we really, really go deep. That can be just a full question, one question, can be split into 2, one 10-card, one 5-card, or split into 3 5-card readings. That is a donation amount of $21.21 if you donate using Cashapp, PayPal, or Venmo. If you need to use SuperChat, is $29.29. I answer all sorts of questions, answer a lot of spiritual questions, career, finance, but I answer a lot of love and romance questions that I would say is the majority of questions that I answer. And I would highly recommend my OG love reading if you are curious about how someone is regarding you. It doesn't necessarily have to be in a romantic context or connection, but if you are curious as to how someone is regarding you at this time, this is the perfect spread for you. It tells you 5 questions in one. It tells you what your person's current thoughts are towards you, their current feelings, their current intentions, their general energies towards the connection between you and them, and your general energies at this time between your connection. And that can be done with a mini reading, a full reading, or an in-depth, and is at no additional donation amount. On the topic of love and romance, I also offer a soulmate confirmation reading. That's pretty self-explanatory, and that I recommend for those of you who are currently in a connection with someone, confirming whether the person in your life is indeed a soulmate or not. It can be asked in one of 2 different ways. The first way we can ask it is we just directly ask your angels, messengers, and spirit guides if the person in your life is indeed a soulmate of yours. If the answer is yes, they'll explain why and what context. If the answer is no, they'll explain why not. And then alternatively, we could also ask your spirit guides if they give their divinely ordained blessing towards this connection. Again, if the answer is yes, they'll explain why and definitely confirm soulmate status. If not, they will also explain why not. And that is a 10-card reading and is a donation amount of $16.16, unless you need to use SuperChat, in which it is $23.23. And then I also offer past life regression readings. I've been studying past life regression therapy since I was very, very young. We have many, many past lives. Some of us have more past lives than others, depending on how old of a soul we are, but we have many past lives. And they definitely run the gamut in terms of variety. And there's really no limit to the intent behind the question in terms of asking Spirit to navigate, to illustrate a past life of yours. We can ask Spirit to illustrate a past life of yours that they feel that you need to know the most importantly. We can ask Spirit to illustrate a past life of yours that can help you navigate this life the best. You can ask Spirit to illustrate a past life of yours that explains an irrational fear you've had, or a recurring dream or nightmare. There's really no limitation. It's entirely up to you. Highly, highly recommend past life readings. They are never boring. They are always fascinating for both you and me. Never been a boring past life reading. They're always very, very insightful and, yeah, very, very illuminating in terms of discovering one's overall tapestry of their soul. And that is a 10-card reading and is a donation amount of $19.19. If you donate using Cashapp, PayPal, or Venmo. If you need to use SuperChat, it is $27.27. I'm also a psychic medium. I can communicate with those who have passed on. If that is something that you are interested in, please let me know before sending your donation. I would be honored to read for you. I do need to check and make sure I can communicate with them before proceeding, and I don't charge anything for the check-in. 95% of the time I can get in touch with them, but there have been some times where I've not been able to get in touch with the person, or they're not able to communicate with me, or perhaps they've reincarnated. But I do need to know their name, their date of birth, their date of passing, their relation to you. Super helpful if you can provide me with a photograph, but is not mandatory. And we just received a donation. Thank you so much. Thank you, Miss Wendy Love. Let me go ahead and add you here. How are you doing? Happy Monday to you. Very different Monday for you. Sadly, I am back for a reading about work. That's not sad. You're at a crossroads. You're at a really, really important part of your life right now where this is, this isn't like flippant at all. This is a big deal. I assumed it was about work, and that's important. Oh my gosh, I have the worst allergies today. I cannot, my nose just won't stop itching. My dear friend, did you have two questions or one? Just got a text from a coworker saying that Tosin asked him if I were going around complaining about her. Lovely. And this is on your first day of this is on the first day of your medical leave. Can I please get a 10-card reading about the situation to see who's gossiping or what's that about? Absolutely. Absolutely, love. Not a problem. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. How do you want me to phrase this, Wendy? Do you want me to ask I don't quite know how to ask the question. Because we know Tosin, do we want confirmation that, we know Tosin asked, or we're assuming that Tosin did ask the coworker that question. Do we want more information about the coworker? Do we just want overall information about the situation in general? Okay, so how do you want me to phrase it? I'm having a difficult time putting it into words. What is the severity of the gossip situation at your work, or you just want just general clarity on the gossip situation going on at your work right now, involving you? The more specific we can get, the more specific the answer will be. But I don't mind asking generally. Clarity on the gossip to see what comes up. Okay, you got it. Ancient masters and spirit guides, please provide Wendy clarity on the gossip that's going on about her at her work. Ancient masters and spirit guides, please provide Wendy clarity regarding the gossip about her at her work. Ancient masters and spirit guides, please provide Wendy with clarity about the gossip about her at her work. Ancient masters and spirit guides, please provide Wendy with clarity regarding the gossip about her at her work. Ancient masters and spirit guides, please provide Wendy with clarity regarding the gossip about her at her work. Ancient masters and spirit guides, please provide Wendy with clarity regarding the gossip about her at her work. Ancient masters and spirit guides, please provide Wendy with clarity regarding the gossip about her at her work. Ancient masters and spirit guides, please provide Wendy with clarity regarding the gossip that's going on about her at her work. Ancient masters and spirit guides, please provide Wendy with clarity about the gossip that's currently going on about her at work. Ancient masters and spirit guides, please provide Wendy with clarity regarding the gossip about her at work. Ancient masters and spirit guides, please provide Wendy with clarity regarding the gossip about her at work. Ancient masters and spirit guides, please provide Wendy with clarity regarding the gossip about her at work. Ancient masters and spirit guides, please provide Wendy with clarity about the gossip about her at work. Ancient masters and spirit guides, please provide Wendy with clarity about the gossip about her at work. Ancient masters and spirit guides, please provide Wendy with clarity regarding the gossip going on about her at work. I don't notice. I'm sure you noticed my dollies behind me, girl. I'm doing an inventory of all my Monster High dolls. I think I've told you that I'm a doll collector. I collect vintage Barbies, mostly Monster Highs, Blythe dolls. But I'm going through all my Monster Highs, and it's hard to let go. I don't have the space to. Well, no, I could set up a shelf. But I do have too many of them, and some of them I'm looking at the ones I listed on eBay that I gotta let go. These two I can't let go of. Like, look at this one real quick. Her name is Cyrena Von Boo. She is half mermaid, half ghost, and just look at. So I don't know if you can see it, but her skin is translucent up until her hands, which are black and webbed, and even her face looks a bit like a fish, and then her hair, I want. Her jewelry, I can't let go of her, and she's worth a lot of money. It's the ones I love that are all like going for so much money on eBay, and then this is the other one that I can't sell. There you go. I don't know if it's one or two, but guaranteed this is the only two-headed Mattel fashion doll you will ever find in your life. They're Mean Girls. I actually like the Monster High cartoons. I know, I'm like a grown child. Look at their hair. It stayed perfect in storage. Pearl and Perry. This is Pearl, obviously. Pearl, Perry. Mean Girls, and they are conjoined twins, but they are so freaking pretty, and their hair is so perfect, and yeah, they're just so amazing. Anyway, let's continue. Sorry with that little diversion there, but yeah, I forgot that I had them too. Okay, we have Five of Wands, Page of Swords, the Empress reversed, Page of Cups, Nine of Cups, Four of Pentacles reversed, Page of Wands reversed, Ace of Cups, Justice reversed, and the World. Okay. So I was expecting, honestly, I was expecting to see a few different cards. I was expecting to see the Three of Cups reversed. I was expecting to see Seven of Swords, and I was definitely expecting to see the Queen of Wands reversed, because I'm getting some jelly energy here. Even without those specific cards, I am still getting some energies of jealousness. So what was it that he said to you? You got a text from a coworker saying that Tosin asked him if you were going around complaining about her. Okay. So this has less to do about you complaining about Tosin, and this has more to do with the fact that they see what's going on. not like they see your plan here, but they know, Tosin knows that you have wanted to leave. You confided in her. I don't think that she's told people that you want to leave, but people are putting together the pieces here. Now, this is a very difficult, I don't even know, I can't really ask this question, but I don't know if I can ask this question. So you don't have to answer it, but your health reason for leaving, is this something that your coworkers were aware of and like could see that it was a hindrance for you? Or do you think that they might think that you're pulling the leg a little bit? Sorry, that's actually a British phrase, but you know what I mean, like faking it. That's what I'm concerned about. Is they're wondering like how legit this medical leave would, which is absolutely none of their business. I don't think so, but my medical condition is precisely just what I said. It's none of their effing business, and so that is just disgusting to me. And that's why I said you don't need to tell me anything. It's none of my business. It's nobody's business but your own and your medical providers and your HR who stamps their seal of approval. You're fine. This is not their business. Now, do I think Tosin has said specifically that you told her that you wanted to leave? I still don't think she has. I don't think she has. But people do think that you're wanting to jump ship. There's with this Five of Wands, this is the jealousy that I'm seeing here. Other people, there are so many other folks that you work with that would love to leave too, and are not plucky enough to do so or not brave enough to do so. And see someone who is, if you're not leaving forever, you've at least broken free temporarily. And even if it's for medical reasons, I'm still getting energies of like jealousy. This Four of Pentacles, with this Four of Pentacles reversed right underneath, this is what's telling me two things: that a lot of the people that you work with also don't want to be there, and you may be fully aware of that. I think you told me that Tosin told me that she didn't want, until she was promoted, she didn't want to stay there. That's how you guys were that's why you confided in her, and she confided, well, and I think that's why she's not saying anything, girl, because you guys confided in each other. So if she wants to tell people what you told her, you can go right back around and be like, guess what? She said the same thing to me. Do you think she'll keep her promotion then? That's why I think she's keeping her mouth shut when it comes to that. They're all miserable, but they don't want to do anything about it. Very precisely. That it's this Page of Wands reversed. They're not doing anything about it, whereas they see you going forth. This Page of Swords, they see you going forth. They see that you've been wanting to leave for a while, as they have also wanted to, and you're not going to be rash about it, but you're going to do something about it. And you are doing something about it, which they're not. And they want to let go as well. This Four of Pentacles reversed. And yeah, going back to what I was saying with you and Tosin confiding in one another, yeah, she has no grounds to say, guess what? Guess what Wendy told me? She said that she wanted to leave this place. She can't say that, because she said the same damn thing to you. So you can just turn right back around and be like, that's cute. Because there's a reason why we confided in each other. I wouldn't have said that just to any person. Did she say that she wanted to leave? I think you told me she said she wanted to leave, or she wasn't happy there. But it definitely felt like there was a confiding of two minds that were meeting, at least at the same place at that time. This Empress reversed and the Ace of Cups. Yeah, they see you doing things on your own. She even got an offer, but my workplace counter offered, and she stayed. But did she? And but can you confirm? She did say that she wanted to. She told you that she wanted to leave the job, right? Or did she not say that to you? Because that's ammo. I hate to think like that, but if she does ever say, like, by the by, Wendy said she wanted to leave this place, you've got ammo. She told me she wanted to leave for months. There you go, bingo. And we're not the type to use ammo, but she knows not to go there because she knows that you can come right back. And we just received a donation from Miss Yadahu. Thank you so much, love. Let me go ahead and add you here. Okay. We were texting each other. She knows I have nothing to lose now. Gotcha. But she still does. She's there and she's promoted. And they see you going on your own, going off on your own. And they're still bound, yet still wanting to leave with this Empress reversed. Empress reversed is very stagnant energy. The Empress of Right is already slow moving energy. Things taking a while to move forward. When it's reversed, it's very much a card of stagnation. Now this is interesting. I also noticed that we have 3 of the 4 pages here. We have the Page of Swords, the Page of Wands reversed, and the Page of Cups. Now we have this Page of Cups and Justice reversed. Yeah, they see that you haven't jumped to a new pond per se, but you're not currently in the pond that you were in last week. You're on medical leave. You haven't left permanently, as we know, but you've sprung forth, whereas they haven't, and they're feeling that this is not fair. It's very immature. It's very immature. It's jealousy. There's nothing unjust about this. You're doing what you need to do. If anything, they should be admiring you and taking notes. And when they imagine you right now, they think that you're having the time of your life. I think a few of them think that you might even be on vacation, but anywhere that's not there. Wow, I almost said the word. I will never do that again. But anywhere that's not there is like a holiday to them. And they are jelly, girl. They are so jealous that you're not there. And they have to be. And they have a feeling that this will be permanent and that you will find something else, that this will come to a close. This is the completion of the cycle that you've wanted to come to fruition for a while. The cycle is coming to a close. So on one hand, well, I think on 2 hands, well, at least on one hand, they see it in this way. We're jealous, we're bitter, she's not here, and she's likely not going to come back. So what do we have to lose in being bitter Bettys and talking behind her back? But there's one thing that Tosin can't say. She can't say that you've been planning on leaving or that you've wanted to leave. Because you can come right back, babe. And then her promotion's gone, she's done. They're not going to want to keep her if she said that. No way. They would have promoted you, honey. You know that. They would have promoted you if you had wanted to take on that amount of work, but you didn't want to. And people who don't, and it sounds like, I don't think she really did either. And yeah, you need to have like real enthusiasm. They want people with like real enthusiasm. And thank you so much for your additional donation, Miss Wendy. Please go ahead and post your next question. I'm gonna go grab some. I hope my dad grabs some lemonade from the grocery store. I'll be right back. All right, and we are back. My friend is referring me to a job at her workplace. What's the vibe on that work environment? Okay. Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, what is the vibe on Wendy's friend's work environment? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, what is the vibe of Wendy's friend's work environment? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, what is the vibe of Wendy's friend's work environment? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, what is the vibe of Wendy's friend's work environment? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, what is the vibe of Wendy's friend's work environment? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, what is the vibe of Wendy's friend's work environment? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, what is the vibe of Wendy's friend's work environment? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, what is the vibe of Wendy's friend's work environment? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, what is the vibe of Wendy's friend's work environment? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, what is the vibe of Wendy's friend's work environment? We have the Emperor, Nine of Cups, the High Priestess, Five of Cups, and Six of Pentacles. Girl, before I even turned the cards, I was gonna ask you, how does she feel about it? If she's referring you, I'm gonna guess that she likes the job. I've definitely referred friends to my jobs before, and I'll only do it if A, I like the job myself, and B, I've made this mistake I've made it too many times. There's one friend I will not get a job anymore for this person. They're an excellent worker, but like they're a professional, but like when I gotten them a job in our 20s, like no. But yeah, I would only get my friends' jobs at places that I enjoyed working at. I would never offer. I mean, unless my friend was really, really down and out, and I was also super down and out, and there was an availability, then maybe. But I even like with my like gig work now, I wouldn't refer another model to a place that I didn't feel comfortable working at. You know, she doesn't mind it. She said the team is chill, but she's a little bored with downtime. That's very much the energy that I'm getting. I think it would be such a wonderful, beautiful breath of fresh air for you. You would have a lot of self-sovereignty. You would not have to, yes, you would have a supervisor or a manager. You would have some kind of superior, if not one, more than one, but you're mostly your own boss here with both the Emperor and this High Priestess. It's very much, that might be what she's talking about with the downtime a little bit. It's not that there's not a lot of work to do. It's just it can be done rather quickly and effectively. And which is, I think, a big reason why the company is able to really like rely on their employees and not they certainly don't micromanage. They certainly do not micromanage. And I see you actually enjoying this. I really do. Work is busy in waves to her. Okay, that checks out. So yeah, there's times where the tide is low, and there's times where it's super high. I get that. I get that with both my jobs for sure, and it can be a bit frustrating at times. Yeah, with this Nine of Cups, this is telling me that this would be very satisfying for you. You would this would be, again, very much a breath of fresh air, a really nice, complete 360 from where you're at now. No drama, no mo drama, no haterade. While we wait in this dancery, there's no drama. I do see you getting a bit bored with this Five of Cups. It is true. This is the one card I'm not into. Is this one? But it's not, compared to the energy that I'm getting here, and I haven't even gotten to the Six of Pentacles yet. I think this is a nice trade-off. And this isn't a permanent solution. But I think it's a good an excellent next step. But this Five of Cups, I'm not seeing it as regret. I'm not seeing it as guilt. I'm not seeing it as a feeling of loss. I'm seeing it as more like the literal art of the card, where the woman is looking out. It almost looks like the Bay Bridge or the Golden Gate Bridge. She's like, it looks like she's like looking out at the Bay Bridge from Oakland, and she's just like looking down at her 4 empty cups, but she's got a full one still. And things, it's definitely more about boredom. Yeah, she said there's no drama and everyone is chill, for sure. And I love that. I don't know about you, but I really love that. It's so upsetting and frustrating. So even as a freelance worker, just working with other people we all know how difficult it can be, especially sometimes when our if our patience is slightly or dramatically thinner certain days than others. I have about 3 days out of the month where my patience is razor thin, like wire thin. Rest of the month I'm chill, seriously, like I'm very flex, super chill, but there are certain times where I just cannot deal with people's stuff, and working with other people is very, very difficult sometimes, and people often make it more difficult than they should. And I made it sound like I'm the one who's making it more difficult. No, but even in times where yesterday, example, my patience was like wire thin. I'm a lady, we know where I'm at. I'm in the restroom and I'm on my 5-minute break. And I'm my own boss. I time my shit. Okay. The host had the audacity, I'm pretty sure it was the host. Somebody had the audacity to knock on the bathroom door 40 seconds after the 5-minute mark. What do you think I was doing? What do you think I was dealing with as a woman? I almost said to the host, like, do you want to see my calendar? Like, or I should have just been like, look, I had like major diarrhea, like told the whole class, like, how dare you? Like, don't knock on someone's bathroom. Don't knock on the bathroom door if it's locked. Period. Someone's in there. Like, just don't do it. Unless I'd been in there for like 20 minutes. But yeah, so example of how people are very, very, very difficult to work with, even in freelance. This sounds like a total breath of fresh air. You will not find people who will be knocking on the door when you're in the bathroom, honey. Seriously. And this person is not I really hope it wasn't the person who I think it is, because I do like them outside of work, but I've just noticed some things about them that are, yeah, a little too power trippy. And I've been doing this, like, I want to say 15 years longer than this person, so it's cute. It's just like, one more time with me and like we will have to have a talk. No confrontation, I don't do conflict, but it will turn into conflict if I don't bring something up. So anyway, it's still bothering me if you can't tell. Anyway, let's get to this beautiful six. Get back to you. Let's get to the Six of Pentacles here. This is so ideal, not just in the workplace, in any situation. It's an equal balance of give and take. Whatever you put in to this job, you'll get in return. Sounds very, very different from what you're currently dealing with and what you have currently dealt with at your job. You're piled on with more and more work constantly, more and more responsibilities, yet where's the money? Show me the money. Where's it at? Like, where's the promotion? Where's the raise? I think they have given you raises here and there, I think you've told me, or bonuses, but it's in my opinion not enough, and it's not equal. I do not get Six of Pentacles vibes from your current job. Six of Pentacles, you want to see this in romantic relationships, you want to see this in friendships, you want to see this in family, and you certainly want to see this in work. This is about investment. Investing your time, your energy, your money, not your money, but your time and your energy, and getting an equal investment on your return. It's going to pay well as well. So this, my darling, looks excellent. Yeah, the only thing that I'm seeing here is that it could be boring at times. What I was concerned about was not that I thought it would be a nice workplace, because friends don't typically refer friends to jobs they don't like. As I mentioned, what I was concerned about was, I don't know if you've worked with your friend before, and it's just like, sometimes, like, if you've lived with a friend and you've never lived with them before, how different it can be. Sometimes it can be hard working with friends. Either it's too much fun and like it can be hard to focus, or sometimes you guys have very different styles, or as I was just mentioning, like, I would consider the person who I believe knocked on the door yesterday, I would consider them a mutual friend of mine. Like, yeah, they're hosting an event in a few days and I fully intend on going. Am I thrilled with their style of work? Was I thrilled with it yesterday? No, I was not. So I think that's a good example of, like, but I don't see that. I see you guys, I don't know if you worked with her before, but I see you guys working really, really, really well together, not just with each other, but the whole team. I'll apply tomorrow morning. She's an old coworker turned friend. So there you go. So you met through working. Love it. Well, that's fantastic. That's what's up. She's a really good coworker. That's solid. That's solid. That's great, girl. I love this. I love this for you. Yeah, apply. I mean, I can't tell you what to do, but I highly recommend applying ASAP. Yeah. This looks good, girl. This looks good. This looks enviably good. I'm not envious because I care about you. I'm not envious of people who I care about. I want to see you do well. I bet your coworkers, I bet you're sparking, if they found this stuff, I bet that would spark some envy in them. And who cares? They're already envious, and they can kick rocks. Thank you so much, love. Much love and light to you. Hope I brought you clarity, and good luck with everything. I don't think you need it at all. Look at you. One day into this, one day into your leave, and bam, you've found a really solid lead. Dynamite. I love it. Miss Yahoo, thank you so much for your donation, Yahoo. I remember I will always mute your name. I will never say your name. Please go ahead and post your question. Thank you, love. Okay. We have Knight of Pentacles, Ten of Wands reversed, Three of Wands reversed, Ace of Wands, and Ace of Pentacles. By George, this is I mean, we talked about this yesterday. This card comes up so often for you. This, not just the Ten of Wands reversed, but also the Ten of Swords reversed. I would say both. Well, yes, both are great. I would argue that Ten of Wands is even better. Your burdens are going to be relieved. Your burden, this keeps on showing. This keeps on showing. And I know we read a lot. I read for myself a lot, girl. And I get readings from other folks too. The reason why I go to other folks as well is it's kind of like getting a second opinion from a doctor. I want to see if I'm getting the same cards. And 90% of the time, yeah, I get repeat cards. They'll pick up the same cards. And I see this happening. In fact, yesterday, if I'm not mistaken, the first reading that I did for you, the first card that I pulled was the Knight of Pentacles. I believe it was the second reading that I did for you when you asked which path Spirit wanted you to go down. And it was like all Pentacles, starting with the Knight of Pentacles. Path that they want you to go down is definitely a path that is related to your dream, your career dreams, your ultimate career goals. And I've seen these cards multiple times before. Specifically these two aces, the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles. I'm sure I've pulled the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Swords for you, but I don't recall, at least not often. But these are, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong here. I'd be really interested in looking at some of your older readings and double checking. But these, I've never seen, well, I often see repeating cards in people's readings, but to this degree, not this often. No, this is very, very strong. Hi, Silkworm. Am I able to get in contact with your dad? I can absolutely try. Absolutely. So I offer mediumship readings. Here is all the information. I need to know your father's name, date of birth, date of passing, and if you could provide me with a photograph, that'd be really helpful to see if I can get into contact with him before we started. But it's not mandatory. But that's the information I would need to check and see. But I would be honored to read for you, love. Thank you. So Yahoo. Yes, a change, a positive change is coming for sure. We had that Tower card yesterday. An abruption is coming to end the feelings of stagnancy, the feelings of I either lost on a path or I don't know which path to even embark on. I'm just standing still and there's, 3, 4, 5 different paths around me and I don't know which one to go down. And I don't know if you took my advice and created a list of different paths you would want to go down and which would be most advantageous to you. But I'm seeing this with this Ace of Wands and Ace of Pentacles here is that there's more than one, they want you to focus on one thing, but there is more than one path for you to go down. I apologize for yelling, there's a lot of noise behind me. There's more than one path and possibility for you to go down. They want you to focus on one thing because when you focus on more than one thing, it can often lead to distractions and again, while there's more than one choice for you, focus on one at this time. Both are great. Both are great. Ace of Wands is so solid. Ace of Pentacles is so solid. I would argue that they're totally my two favorite aces out of the 4 aces. Ace of Swords and Ace of Cups are good, but when we're talking about life-changing, figuring out the path to go on, it is coming very soon, and I see that with this 3 of Wands reversed. 3 of Wands is delays, things taking time. When it's reversed, expect it to happen quickly. And if Spirit keeps on picking this Ten of Wands reversed up, because tarot is, I almost called it tarot, like carrot. Tarot is all about reading current energies. It cannot predict the future. We cannot predict the future. There are certain things in this life that are fated, but most things are due to our own free will. That's why our spirit guides can't tell us what to do with our lives. They can let us know if we're doing the right things and on the right track, but they can't tell us specifically what to do. That's up to us and us alone. They can't tell us. That's our job as being human beings in these vessels, souls in these bodies. But this Ten of Wands reversed, it keeps on confirming that there is, like, trust and believe there is new beginnings on the horizon, fortuitous new beginnings for you. Focus on one. Focus on one. It is going to serve you. It is going to lead you on your dreams career, like your dream career. I remember, I think it was the day before yesterday, but I definitely pulled a dream fulfillment card there for you. And I really feel like dreams will be fulfilled soon. Absolutely. So yeah, that is what I am seeing for you, Ms. Yadahu. Thank you so much for your donation. I appreciate you as always. I apologize about the noise. If I was being too loud, I wasn't yelling at you. I just, there's a lot of noise outside my bedroom, so I'm sorry about that. So I hope you didn't think I was yelling at you. I was not at all. Much love and light to you, sweetheart. Thank you so much. You're very welcome. You are very welcome, love. Thank you. So the donation queue is once again open. If you have a question, please just send in your donation. I am more than happy to read for you. You will be next as the queue is open, as I just said. I also offer private readings. I offer two different types of private readings. The first type that I offer, Yadahu has taken advantage of. I have many clients who've taken advantage of it. I really recommend private readings. At least once with my clients, with my regular clients. It helps me understand you better, helps you understand me better as a reader. It's absolutely completely private and confidential, as is in the name. It's over Zoom, so it's just one-on-one, me and you. I hear you, you see me, I hear you, I see you. You can provide me with all the context and backstory you need. There's no limitation to the number of questions we can answer or cards we pull, so long as it's within the allotted time. If we do need to expand our time, we can always do that. So yeah, it offers you that privacy and that level of discretion as well, and convenience. Sorry, privacy, discretion, same thing. And then alternatively, I also offer private readings at no additional donation amount, but they are for reasons of both privacy and convenience, but they are not one-on-one. Just send me your question with your donation, and I can answer it in at the most 24 hours, but I can usually do it in a 1 to 3 turnaround, 1 to 3 hour turnaround. And I do those I record voice memos over DMs, private DMs over Instagram, or typed over email, whichever you prefer. And y'all should all go follow me on Instagram. If you guys ever have questions about like a reading I did for you, we can always chat about that, or if I have additional insights or whatever, or if you have additional insights, I'm always interested in hearing. Stephen DeWitt. Okay. Oh, Silkworm. Okay. 1958 to 2001. Okay, Silkworm, give me just one moment, please. Thank you. Okay, so you would like to check and see on your father. His name's Stephen DeWitt. He passed. He was born in 1958. He passed into, again, I apologize if I end up yelling or raising my voice. My mom is not well right now. She's coughing a lot outside, so there's just a lot of noise. So if I raise my voice, I am not yelling at anyone. I'm just trying to talk over the sound, think over the sound. Okay, so he was born in 1958, passed in 2001. Are you able to provide me with a photograph, either over email or Instagram? If not, that's fine. But if you are able to, it is very, very helpful for me. I sent a link from Pinterest. I hope it works. Where did you send it to, hun? Yeah, it's not in the chat, hun. I don't believe you can post links in the chat. Would you be able to send it to either my Instagram or my email? Because you can send links there. Or you can email. Thank you. To where did you send it, love? Got it. Email. Okay. Got it. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So I am going to check. What was his birthday, sweetheart? What was his sign? He looked like a fun dude. He looked like yeah, a really, really awesome guy. I'm sure he was. That's a great photo. So I just need to know his birthday, or what his sign was really. I just really need to know what his sign is. That really helps. You don't need to share his birthday if you don't want to share his birthday. Phew, fingers crossed. He was born October 24th, 1958, and passed November 10th, 2001. Okay, so he was a Scorpio. Okay, all right, love. I will be right back. Thank you. Honey, I'm just sorry. I'm so sorry. I just realized one last thing. I don't know your name. I'm calling you Silkworm. What's your first name, love? I know your dad's name. I don't know your name. Shelby. Nice to meet you, Shelby. I'm Sophie. In case you don't know my name, because I think you're new here. So just give me one moment. Thank you, love. Thank you for your patience. All right, Shelby. Um, this is not common, but I'm a very honest reader. I can't get through to him. 95% of the time, I can get through to people. This is why I check before, I'm sorry. I feel like I'm disappointing you now. It would have disappointed you more if you'd sent your donation first. But I'm having trouble getting in touch with him now. Listen, there's a couple of things here that I want to address. You mentioned he passed in 2001. It is possible he has reincarnated. That is possible. I often see reincarnation cycles at the earliest start about 20 years. Of course, and let me hear me out. I've got a few other things to say as well. So it's possible he's reincarnated. If he had anything against the spiritual world, or saw mediumship as maybe didn't like often. I've only had one person where that was the case. Oftentimes when people make it to the other side, they realize that they were mistaken about their misconceptions about the spirit world. But the other thing I want to take into consideration here is I want to try again for you. I wouldn't normally suggest trying twice unless someone had just recently passed. Then I always tell people, like, you know, if someone has just recently passed, it can take them upwards of 6 months to communicate with me. So, you know, come back. We'll keep on trying. In his case, I want you to come back. I want you to come back when because I'm at my parents' house right now. I'm not at my domicile, and I'm not using the traditional tools that I use. I'm using my mom's. So I'm wondering if that's causing a blockage as well. So there's two things that are possible here. Either he's reincarnated, or maybe he doesn't want to talk to me. I don't think that's it. I don't think it's a matter of him not wanting to talk to me. It's either he's reincarnated, or because the blockage I'm feeling is not an I don't want to talk to you. It's I'm just not getting anything. But that could very also well be like I don't have a connection to the tool. I'm using my mom's tools. So don't see this as the be all end all. I will be back at my place in the city definitely this week. And I am more than happy to check for you again. I will check for you again. And if I get through to him, if you don't come back and remind me, I can do it on my own, and I'll email you if he is available to communicate with. Okay, love? Because yeah, if there's an opportunity for us to communicate, we want that to happen. But so there's some factors there. But yeah, thank you for your patience, love. I really and yeah, thank you for your grace and your patience. I really appreciate it. And not all hope is lost. It's the first time I've used these tools. They're my mom's. And they're totally valid, but I'm used to using the ones that I like source myself, and so it could very well be that. So we can check again. Well, thank you again, love. You are a lovely person, and really lovely, warm energy, and welcome to the channel. Appreciate you. Of course, my pleasure, Yeah. The hard part's reading. Yeah, the hard part's imparting the messages. It's not hard, but sometimes they're very touching. Yeah, no. Hopefully we can get through to him. We'll try again. Love and light to you. Thank you. All right, so the donation queue is once again open. So whoever donates next will be read for next. I have been on for an hour and 10 minutes, so I'll be on for at least another 50 minutes. 50, not 15, but 50. So almost an hour. Yeah, let me know if you are interested in a reading. I would love to read for you. Thank you so much. All right, all right, all right. So it is that time of night. I have been on for 2 hours now. So it is last call for all donations. Last call for any and all donations tonight. If you have a question that you would like me to answer for you, I am here. Yeah, last call. Thank you so much. Last call tonight for any and all donations. Thank you. Last call for all donations this evening. Last call. Thank you. last call tonight for any and all donations. If you have a question you would like me to answer, I am here. Otherwise, I'll be signing off. So please let me know. Thank you. Last call for all donations this evening. Thank you. All right, looks like everyone is happy and taken care of. Thank you all so very much. Much love and light to you, and I will see you all again soon. Bye.